You're listening to the Flaherty Solutions Podcast. I'm Erin Flaherty.
And I'm Kevin Flaherty.
And today we are talking about what to do when you don't feel like doing anything.
Yeah.
Or you're unmotivated.
Unmotivated.
So it's January 7th. The novelty of New Year's has worn off for some. A lot. How are you feeling?
Well, let me jump in real quick because this is our first topic. And if we have enough time, we might have two other topics.
Okay.
And these are surprise topics. We're keeping Erin on the seat of her, tip of her seat?
Edge of her seat?
Seat of her pants?
No.
That's wrong. That's wrong. Okay, so the other two topics, so stick around for the entire show because the last topic, might be the last, might be the second to last, is questions to ask on a date.
What?
And I'm asking her. So you guys, we're going on date night tonight. So instead of waiting for date night, I'm going to throw these very personal questions right at Erin.
It's very exciting.
And then if we still fly through that and have more time, we're going to talk about college. Do you believe sending kids to a 4-year college anymore? There's a lot of back and forth.
It's different. And this isn't the same should you send your kids to college question as our parents asked themselves in the 80s and 90s. It's way different.
Yep.
It's a different ballgame.
Yep, different ballgame. Should you pay for it? You know, all these different facets that parents have to think about. And oh my God, we're getting closer to have to think about it.
We have a teenager.
We do. And for the next 14 years, we're going to have a teenager.
Yes. Yeah, we have daughters 13 and 6. So now that one is 13, as soon as she gets out of teen land.
Welcome to hell, Erin. Welcome to hell. All right, but before we jump into your very, very important topic, we'd like to give Chris Staub a shout out. Thank you, Chris. We read the review on iOS. Anybody that wants to leave a review on iOS, share with your friends, share on Facebook. No matter how you want to do it, we appreciate the love. Chris Staub, my old college basketball buddy.
Old friends are the best.
I know. And, you know, I've been keeping up on Facebook over the years, and he's doing awesome things. His family's grown. You know, we were just like so wet behind the ears, like 19, 20-year-old kids when we met. And then like 15 years later, 16, however long it's been.
You were 25 when I met you, so you were still kind of a baby.
I was a baby. All right, Chris, thank you very much, my friend. And I hope you're doing well. It looks like you're doing great.
Thank you.
All right, let's jump into this New Year's topic.
Yeah.
So bring me back.
Well,
full circle me.
Unmotivation, demotivation can happen any time of year. But
Okay.
right now, everyone's like, ooh, January 1st. And that seems like forever ago.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So I'm definitely still like, oh, really? I'm already I'm out of holiday mode. You know, the candy and cookies are gone. But I'm like, do I have to be perfect?
Definitely not.
Well, and unmotivation, is that a word? Unmotivation.
Sure, it is now.
Being unmotivated can happen at work. It happens to people a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Where, especially if you're in a job that is really demanding like sales, where they're like, how many people did you talk to today? And there are just some days that you just don't feel like doing what you know you have to do.
Yep.
And so the question is, the discussion for today, what do you do when you don't feel like doing anything or you don't feel like doing? Are we good?
We're good. I mean, the audio might be a little jacked up, but let's keep going. That's, you know. Whoops.
What happened?
Yeah,
Did you hit a button?
I think my fat hand hit a button. So if you're listening to the podcast, you might be jacked up, and we're just rolling with it because I think most of our people watch on Facebook anyway. All right, so back to you're in a sales job.
So you're in a sales job. You know what you're supposed to do to bring in business, and you wake up and you just don't feel like it.
Oh yeah, that's like the story of my life.
Right, I know.
No, actually though, I will say this year has been the best year for me. As far as my prior years, I've always had like huge goals come out of the gate, January 1. And this year I've just been super mellow and like just, it will come. I don't want to hit it so hard in the first 3 weeks that by week 4, I'm done for the year and I can't crawl out of it. So I'm like super zen.
I can tell.
I've been reaching like my like Buddha or whoever, Zen master, and I've just been mellow.
So what's your strategy? What has brought you to be Zen master? Because that's a change. So what changed?
We've been doing so much self-help over the past 90, 120 days.
Mm-hmm.
It's been full court press in our house, and we love it. I still do love it, but is the self-help getting me further to my goals? And the answer is no.
Oh.
Like for me, my job, my career path, I can't just knock on doors like I used to. That used to be a strategy that I could implement and it would work. But now it's more of a farming game. Like I plant seeds and I gotta just let it nurture and I gotta let it grow. I can't do it all split second like I could 3 years ago. It's just, I'm just in this different world, and trying to do what I did that worked at my old firm doesn't work at my new firm. So why am I beating my head and then driving myself crazy? So I've just been like, let me just take a, step back, let me take a breath, and let things come, like plant seeds and let them come.
I call that the rainmaker,
Rainmaker, baby.
effect, where the rainmaker comes to a town, they have a drought, and the rainmaker doesn't actually do anything except just sit and wait for rain.
Yeah.
So I call that the rainmaker tactic.
Whew.
There are lots of tactics to getting motivated or bringing activity, and one is the rainmaker. Another is just take a freaking break.
Yeah.
And
I think I've taken a break from the tactical self-help, tactical guru stuff that you try to do, you try to implement to make you better in the next 30 days to more bigger picture. And I've been really trying to dig down, who am I? What do I believe in? But I haven't been like, I'm locking myself in a room and I'm not leaving this room until I figure this out, or I'm going on a retreat and I can't have technology for 4 days.
it's not rigid.
I'm just slowly trying to, what do I believe? What's held me back? And I've had like huge breakthroughs with this that I've just slowly implemented. I haven't been like, boom, watch out, Facebook. This is what I've learned. I've just slowly
I love that.
Been processing myself, and it's
Are you
awesome.
gonna share any of it with
Sure.
me,
Sure.
or here?
Yeah.
Because I don't know what you want to share.
Yeah, no, I'll share it all. So for the past 2.5, 3 years, we've been there. Like, we've been to Ocean City. If we've been to Ocean City, we've been to Rehoboth. Like, they have a pizza parlor, they have an ice cream spot. There's gonna be sand, there's gonna be waves, there's gonna be a ton of people. Like, la-di freaking da. Like, why are we going on this trip? And I've just been very negative. Like, I've seen the world. Nothing is new. And I'm back to, maybe no one else has ever been here. Maybe this is new, and only 100 people or 1,000 people. I know people that have walked my path. There might not be anyone that's ever walked my path. So this is all a big new experience. Like, my exploration side of me has come back, and that's also come back in my conversations with people. Like, before, like the past 3 years, it's been like, yeah, okay, like, this is a fun conversation. But now it's, everybody has a story to tell. Let me just take in their story. This could be really interesting. And it has been more interesting because I haven't shut it down right from the get-go.
Interesting.
So I'm having better conversations with people. They could have been the same conversation I was having like 3 months ago, but I'm the one present. I'm the one engaged, and I'm happier with that. I'm happier to, even the small talk, which you and I historically hate. And, we got to go to that party. There's going to be that annoying small talk. No, now I'm like, what have you been up to? Like, what's going on?
Tell me your story.
And I'm very, I gotta stop using the word. I'm very energetic about hearing what people are doing in their life. And it's making the party better. It's making the experience better. It's making me happier. Like, instead of just like, oh, that's great. Yeah, you've been going to work. Like, you got your sales quota. Cool. Like, now I'm like, tell me more. Like, what does that entail?
And people love to talk about themselves.
Exactly.
So they're happier talking to you.
Exactly. And it's just been this slow, not a sprint kind of, I felt like I was like slacking so much because I wasn't hitting the self-help, like tactical, what can I implement now? And
I think you also are sort of a personal development rebel.
Yes.
Where if you hear something, you're like, I ain't gonna do
oh
that.
Oh my God, I'm such a brat. I'm like,
I can just see your
I'm
face.
like,
Anytime I'm telling you something, you're like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm still gonna be successful.
I'm like, that makes all the sense in the world, but I'm not gonna do it right now. I don't care who wrote it. Oh, Dean wrote it? Okay, I'll do it.
Yes. Yeah.
Rachel wrote it? Nope. Sorry, Rachel. We'll you know, we're friends, Rachel. We're best friends. You don't even know it yet.
You should listen to more of her stories and like them.
Well, you know, all the listening she does of mine, you know, maybe I should return the favor. But you are correct. I love self-help, but when it processes me, I process it, I'm like, no,
I don't need that.
No, get out of here. Like, I wonder if my hands look really big.
So it's
with the camera.
Remember
last time?
Yes. Well, do you remember? You just said it. You just said something like, you need the space you need to be zen and you need the space to process things.
Yeah.
You're not trying to just go.
Yeah.
And I have a big problem with that. I just had the book recommended to me twice in the last week, Stillness is the Key.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm eager to read that because it's how to deprogram that go, hustle, never stop moving, and actually make space for stillness. I believe, I haven't read it yet, so that you can really listen to those internal thoughts.
Yeah.
And intuitively figure out what to do next. So that's on my list. I think I'm going to read it next because I've been reading so many go books.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just doing go.
Yeah, you've been 100 miles per hour, which really
it works for me.
It's like, for me, I'm not saying you shouldn't be 100. Go 100 miles per hour. Like,
it's
what
my style.
works? Yeah, what works for you? I just knew I was about to repeat the same thing I've done for the past 2 years, which is like January 1 out the gates. Let's go. Like, get angry if people weren't at my pace, and it was just like every year by February 15th, I'm at the same spot.
And it's not serving you to get angry.
Yeah.
So
I didn't like derail and totally tangent.
No, not at all.
Because we still do have date night, right? Date night's still on.
Date night's still on. I'm dying to hear what questions you have to ask me. But I do want to say, I want to hang in this first topic first.
I do too.
As much as I'm dying to hear what date questions. Like, honestly, I can't handle it.
I got your brain in a pretzel.
But I'd say if you're unmotivated most of the time, that's a separate conversation.
Yeah.
That means that there are things about your life that you can change. So unmotivated a day, a week, a couple of weeks is one thing, but if you're constantly unmotivated, time for a life change.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
You know,
and I don't think you should let it go on longer than like 2.5 weeks.
Right.
I mean, I get in funks where I'm in funks for like 3-4 weeks, and I know the answer. At this point in the game, at 28, I would have been like, it's time for a total change. Like, I'm totally changing jobs. Like, I'm out the door. But now it's just like, I need to like focus on me and figure out for me what's going on that I'm not happy. Because the career change, the grass isn't greener anywhere for me.
And you've been through enough cycles to where you know it's going to come back. I think when you're young, it's like, ooh, this is it. Let's move. But I've been through enough cycles. You've been through enough cycles where you know when you're going to come back. And and if you do come back, then you're in the right place probably. It's when you're going to a job that you hate for 5 years in a row. It's probably something different. Yeah,
and that you should have made the change like 4.5 years earlier.
You can't do that. So either not make the hard resolutions, not put the pressure on oneself, just give yourself space to internalize, right?
Yeah.
That's your best advice.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just have to take a break. Sometimes, like with exercise, almost nobody wants to exercise, so you just have to do it.
Yeah.
I feel like with exercise, yes, there are break days, but more than one break day in a row, it just gets into a new habit. Exercise is just something you have to make yourself do.
No, and I like what you said a few podcasts back about nobody really likes to exercise. You just got to do it
afterward. But I mean, if you want to be successful and happy, it's scientific. Nobody can say that exercise isn't good for you or that you shouldn't do it. Really, just all the data. Every successful person exercises.
Yeah.
I mean, the more disciplined they are with that. It doesn't mean that they have to exercise for 2 hours a day.
That's some self-help challenge right there. I might be like, I could be the first.
You've been successful.
self-help
I
guru.
didn't say fat or thin because that's not tied to that. But you've been successful when you haven't exercised. I've been successful when I haven't exercised. But would you agree that your success game is up when you are exercising?
Oh, hands down.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's more what it is.
Yeah,
like you want to be successful, you've got to be moving.
Yeah, it gets the cobwebs out. Like it gets you fresh. All my best thoughts come from when I'm on like a 30-minute walk or I'm driving with no music, nothing on for my ride to work.
I think the biggest thing is that if you need the energy to accomplish big things.
Yeah.
If you don't have that energy, you're not going to be awake for as long during the day. You can't accomplish big things on no energy. And this is the same
Especially
thing.
in today's age, like the world's just happening too fast.
Right.
You have to be on your game, or it's just going to take too long, and you won't launch. And I think taking too long, like we've talked about before, God, I love our podcast. We've talked about this stuff. But the longer it takes for you to launch something or get moving towards that goal you have, the more likely it is to fail.
Oh, you're saying launch that imperfect thing. Get that out there in the world.
Exactly.
Don't wait till it's perfect. You have to get it out there because by tomorrow, it could be obsolete.
Yes.
So you have to capture the market right now.
Exactly. Actually, I haven't told you this. I'm going to save this maybe for date night. I might tell you right now.
So much suspense today.
Sorry. I think I came up with a multi-million-dollar idea, and it's so simple. So simple. But I'm not actually.
You're going to save it.
I'll save it.
Okay.
I'll save it. But it's like super simple. It has to do with like paper. It's nothing like crazy like.
It's like Valentine's Day. So many surprises coming my way. Except I normally get shafted Valentine's Day because my birthday.
Whoa! Let's keep this PG, everybody.
I usually don't do well on Valentine's Day because.
Oh, thank God! I thought you were going short end of the stick. That's the
No. I was like, yeah, because my birthday is a week before Valentine's Day. So since I was born, I've been not treated well on Valentine's Day. Come on, people know what shafted means.
Yeah, seen Austin Powers.
This is crazy. It's like the Twilight Zone today. Okay, so get to your questions, right?
Oh, you don't want to go to college first?
No.
Okay.
No. You can't do that.
All right, people. I have questions for Erin that she doesn't know I'm going to ask her. All right.
And wait. And these are things that they need to ask on a date?
No, I Googled like open-ended questions and kind of went down that rabbit hole. But they would be really good questions on a date. So for all our single ladies and single guy friends out there, I just want to say single ladies. Oh, single ladies. Oh, single ladies. All right. You're on death row. You have one last meal. What is it?
Oh. It's like, I think like... So I used to have an answer for this, which was really sad.
Oh,
it was.
Let's hear your sad answer.
Well, it used to be when I was really young. It used to be a McMuffin from McDonald's.
Okay. I don't know if we're going on this date anymore tonight.
Last meal. I mean, my gosh, it just depends on my mood. I love food, so it just depends on whether it's pizza. Usually, probably brunch. It'd be brunch. It'd be like
brunch.
It'd be like the kitchen sink meal from the Jetty, where it's like you got eggs, toast, pancakes. Like it's got to be the combination. Yeah, bacon. It's got. So Kevin and I had a brunch wedding because everybody does dinner, and dinner's more expensive. And I like breakfast more than any other meal. Yeah. So we had at our wedding we had prime rib. Right? Did we have prime rib? I didn't have any, but I think we had.
I don't think I had any either.
Well, we had a cut of meat. I think it was prime rib. But then we also had omelets with crab because we live on the Chesapeake Bay.
Yeah, those were really good.
So brunch. It would be just a full-out brunch.
Nice.
What about you? Awesome.
I'm just asking the questions.
Really?
No, I'm kidding. All right, what would be my last meal? I mean...
See, it's hard.
It is hard.
We like food.
I love it all.
It just depends on my mood.
I think I'd still have to go like steak dinner. Like a real nice high-end Del Frisco's. I've never been to Del Frisco's, but I think they order that in a movie that I saw.
I mean, you're kind of assuming you could like physically eat at that point. You're about to like go,
Yeah, it's your last meal. You better chat it up. All right, next question.
Okay.
Next question. All right, your UPS plane crashes. you wash up on a desert island, overweight Tom Hanks. That's who you are.
Okay.
All right. No, you're you, but you are allowed to have one thing on the island. What is that one thing? See people.
Do I have internet?
Great. I want to say no, because then you could call for help. So no internet.
That's really hard. So my smartphone doesn't help me at all.
It's got Brick Breaker on there, like BlackBerry Brick Breaker. People don't remember
Okay,
that.
but it doesn't help me. And what if I couldn't communicate with anybody, but I had the internet? Like, could I have email? You see where I'm going with this?
You can't communicate, but you could surf the web.
I could surf the website, but I couldn't email.
No communication to the outside world. This is your desert island. Desert island.
Desert island.
Right. You got palm trees though. You got coconuts.
I've got, okay.
And people, if you are listening, comment down below. What would be the one thing you'd have to have?
This is hard, especially because
we asked this. I was asked this question when we were in 3rd grade, and we had to work as a group. Like, what would you have? And our answers were always like matches, a lighter.
Well, right, because I'm not going towards survival. I'm going toward like not going crazy.
Exactly. And back then we would be like TV. We need our TV. Yeah. So technology's on the board.
If technology is, it is on the board? Then my computer, hands down, my laptop.
Yeah.
Because I'm only happy when I'm able to produce and be productive and run my business. Like, seriously.
That's true.
Like, I went for a manicure. And I liked it so much, I'm going back for more now that I've got some growth here, and my nails still look pretty. But I don't relax well. And I used to just pretend like, I'm at a spa, and everyone's like, Erin, you better relax. And so I would relax because other people told me. Yeah. And that's not why I go for a mani-pedi. I go for the finished product. I don't enjoy the process. I wish they could do it in 5 seconds and I could be out of there.
I hate spa treatments.
Really?
Yeah.
Me too.
They're like, get a massage, and I'm like, no.
It's such a waste of time for me.
Yeah.
Some people love it, and that's fine. I took when they were doing my toes, I took my laptop, and I'm like, I'm not going to bother anybody, but I'm going to sit here and I'm going to work. And I wasn't going to give into, I'm here at a spa, I should relax.
Yeah.
I knew I wasn't going to like it.
Yeah.
So my laptop.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Smartphone.
Yeah.
Laptop. Yeah. More smartphone.
See, for me, laptop. I can do more on my laptop.
Yeah, I got all my good games on my smartphone, though. A lot of killing time.
Yeah.
I don't know, though. I feel like I actually don't want that, because as soon as I realized I couldn't communicate with the outside world, I'd be like, put it aside. I'd be like hunting down fish and crabs. I'd be trying to survive the whole day.
Not I. How are we on time? Are we going to do college, or are we going to do that another day?
We are at the 23-minute mark. We could do college. I got 2 more questions, but I think I'm going to save them until the next podcast.
We're going to do college and the questions next time?
No, we'll do, or you just want to do...
I don't care. You decide.
Let's do college.
Okay.
Now.
Okay.
That'll take us to like 28 minutes.
Okay.
Thanks for sticking along with us, people. All right.
You are our people if you're still here.
Thank you. So there was a survey done 5 years ago that roughly 4 or 5 years ago that said 71% of 18 to 22-year-olds thought college was extremely important. 71%. That same survey was done, same age group, last year, and only...
Same age group, so same kids?
No, like 18 to 22-year-olds.
Okay, so now new kids that were younger. Okay, got it.
They only said 41% of them said college was important. Now we are getting ready to ship kids off to college. Sort of. It's going to be here before we know it. At least that's what all the old people tell us.
Easy for them to say.
Yeah, we love you, old people.
They're not in it. No, it is going to go fast. It has gone
Anyway, we are a house conflicted about college. And I think we both say the same thing. So go for it. I'll let you answer that since...
Let me preface it by saying we were both raised that college was a necessity. Yep. And we were both raised with very different but more similar parents, more similar values.
College wasn't an option. You were going.
You had to go.
Yeah.
You were going no matter what. You were going to get a 4-year degree.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know you didn't have to go until 9th grade.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, I didn't know that. I thought it was like school where you had to keep going because no one ever told me anything else, and that's fine. So, but the face of college has changed. So what I'll say about my 4-year degree is that I've never actually used it in a job. So I've never needed my credentials to do a certain job. That said, I've been afforded certain opportunities because I have a 4-year degree. I would have been overlooked for those opportunities. And I have friends who did not get the 4-year degree. They came close and they were overlooked because they didn't have it. And they ended up going back to school while they had full-time jobs and kids just to get the stupid piece of paper. Yeah. Not because it was going to get them any more letters behind their name or they needed something. It was because they were being passed up for jobs. So if that's still the case, then there's still a case for it. Like if our kids are going to be overlooked because they don't have it, then there's still a case for college. However, I'm not sure the return on investment is there. So if that is set aside, I don't think it's worth the price anymore. And I think with self-education and our online world, there are other ways to get at least as much education.
I agree. However, in my Zen-like Buddha,
I do like Zen Kevin.
I've been giving this some thought since we talked about it, and I guess Monday or whatever. I'm starting to think like our Christmas experience, swimming with the dolphins.
You love that.
Oh my God,
I loved it,
that.
But you love
And now I'm thinking of it from a college perspective. Yes, I think college is stupid. I went to college and I still thought it was stupid because all you needed was that piece of paper. Yeah. But I'm starting to also think of, at first I was thinking Parker, our youngest, like the college experience. She is going to love the college experience. But now I'm starting to realize I think Hannah is going to love because she's going to find her tribe. Right. And, it's probably going to be the art and engineering crew. And they might not be going to Ragers like I was.
And you did. I did not.
Parker will.
Yeah, Parker will.
And that scares me. But she, as long as she's safe, she's gonna have an awesome time.
I didn't have the college. I tried. It just wasn't my scene.
And for years I was like, Hannah's not going to have the college. Now I'm like, when we were on that cruise ship and she's allowed to run off and meet new people, she did. Right. And I think once she finds other like-minded people, they're going to be up sketching till 4 a.m, making art, making animation. And now I'm starting to flip it a little. It's not just about the piece of paper, even though it is just about the piece of paper.
It's the cost and it's the whole intention behind college that irritates me.
That's bringing me back to my dolphin experience.
I still am not
That was
understanding.
an expensive experience, but it was totally worth it. And college to that degree, you're paying for that experience.
See, now, I didn't have that. Yeah, I didn't have that at all. So for me,
and you had to pay for yours. Mine was paid for. Yeah. And so that probably skewed it even more. And mine was paid for, and I hated it. Except for the partying, but I thought the college portion was stupid. But I'm having a mind change here, or is that a word? A mind thing?
Yeah, I get it.
But I don't think parents should pay for it, even though mine was paid for.
Yeah, your parents paid for it, right?
From everything I've seen with my job and seeing a lot of grandchildren of my clients go off to college, I think you should make a deal with your kids. If you get through school in 4 years, I'll help pay half your student loan payments, on a monthly basis. Mm-hmm. Because then when they get out of school, even if they have to go work at McDonald's, they need to come up with $200, $400, whatever the amount is a month. They need to start working right away.
So I am putting you on the spot, and you may not be able to answer this question on video. In your profession, are you of the mindset you can borrow for college, but you can't borrow for retirement? Borrow for college?
Yeah, absolutely.
Borrow for college.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Even if you can afford it, if you can borrow.
Yes, because of just that strict, sorry if my sister is watching this, but it was paid for. She didn't have to get a job right after college. When you see people that had to make it on their own, like it wasn't, you entered the real world. You didn't ask when you were 30. Sorry, sis, I'm like blowing you up. But what, we got a text message from my sister at like 30, 31. And I love you. That's why I'm doing this. Dig it. Holy cow, they take a lot out in taxes. That's something you say at like 22, 23, 24. You don't make that statement unless you're like a PhD, which she is. She's super smart.
Yes, you've always said.
She is super smart.
Yeah.
She gets every freaking question on Jeopardy right. But the point is, I think, but
they have to have grit. They
gotta have skin in the game.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best way to go about university is to have them pay a bit for it.
Well, and we're already seeing it in our kids. So we implemented an allowance system with our kids, and we've talked about this, I think, where if we will buy like book fair books, if they're like, oh, school's having a book fair, we're gonna buy those all day long. I mean, within reason. We're not gonna let them buy like 5 million gel pens from the book fair, but we'll buy books. And we'll treat for ice cream once in a while. But if we're out at a store and they're like, I want this toy, we're like, okay, you have allowance. And it's amazing how little they ask for when they realize they have to pay for it.
Yeah, this has been
so they value.
4 or 5 months. We've seen the switch. 5 months ago, they didn't really get allowance. And they're at the store. Can I have it? Can I have it? Can I have it?
And thank you. Can I have this too? Can I have that too?
Just useless stuff that ended up in the trash. And now that they have an allowance.
All the surprise toys.
Ugh.
But they just enjoy opening. But even just the other little things where they're like, ooh, and they just enjoy opening it.
Yeah. So get your kids on an allowance immediately.
Yes.
It will teach them how to.
And I think we've even told how much we pay. So the 13-year-old just got a raise to $8 a week, and that includes our kids help us clean the house once a week. So so Parker gets $4 a week, and Hannah now gets $8. So for $12, I get help cleaning the house once a week, and they have to clean their own rooms, and there's some free babysitting in there.
Yeah.
Too.
Like tonight, date night.
Right. So for $12 a week, and it's gotten to the point where they save their money, and Parker actually gave you $124 to invest.
Yeah. She figured out, or mommy and I have been working with her on what I do for a living. And now she's like, I want to make my money make money. So, which is exciting.
So, and it's nice how we go out to stores and they don't ask for everything, and they know that they have money if they want it, but it makes them really second guess if they want it, and they both have money saved. So this was a broad range.
Yeah, I like this. Did you have fun with it?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I hate
it wasn't Valentine's.
At least you said it with an N and not an M.
Well, we'll talk about Valentine's.
I can't wait to hear about your $500,000 idea at dinner and
$500,000. No, multi-million.
I thought you said $500,000.
No, like bazillion, half a bazillion.
$1 bazillion. And maybe we'll talk about it at some point. So,
all right, folks. Thank you for listening. Subscribe, leave comments, and share with your friends.